Coffee. You know, I gotta tell you, doing this Robes, Riffs, and Coffee thing where I wake up in the morning and I rant with you about stuff looking like this, it's really teaching me to just kind of embrace things. I've never really enjoyed going out there and showcasing myself without makeup. I know many of you women can relate to this. I'm not overly confident without makeup, but I've chosen that that's not what matters. What matters is that you and I get to spend a little time ranting about something meaningful. So today what I wanted to talk about that I think is incredibly meaningful is fear. Because, you know, I work with thousands of entrepreneurs all over the world, and I don't care how much money they make, the most successful ones are just as scared as the people who are just starting, and it's the truth. And the reason for that is because, thank you, Mr. Lawnmower. The reason for that is because they're constantly stepping outside of their comfort zone. And if you're stepping outside of your comfort zone and you're doing things that are new to you, you're going to experience fear. So what do? Well, the first thing that I like to do when I'm afraid is acknowledge it, right? You have to acknowledge it. You have to notice that you're in fear. And then the second thing that you have to do once you've acknowledged it, like, hey, whoa, I'm freaking out right now, is then you need to talk to fear. You literally need to engage in a conversation. You need to pretend like fear is a separate side of you, because it kind of is, right? There's the part of you that's confident. There's a part of you that's fearful. What we really want to do is identify when you're in fear so your confident person can start to have a dialogue with your fearful person. So it sounds totally ridiculous, maybe even new agey, maybe just psychotic, but it isn't. You have to begin this communication between the two sides. So your confident side is going to say, hey, fear, what's up? What are you afraid of? And fear is going to say, well, I got to get up in front of an audience today and speak. I want to go run to the toilet and have diarrhea. I'm freaking out. I don't think I'm going to be good enough. I don't think what if I fail? What if I forget what I'm going to say? You want to get into this dialogue, because in getting into this dialogue, you're going to start to reveal where your insecurities are. You're going to, so that you can do step 3, which is to now begin to analyze it. So now Mr. Confidence side says, or Mrs. Confidence side, or Ms. Confidence side says, okay, so, all right, what if you make a fool out of yourself? What's the very worst thing that could happen? All right, so now you begin to analyze it. Are you going to die? Are you going to fall down? Et cetera, et cetera. So you have acknowledged your fear, you've entered into a dialogue, and now you're analyzing it. And once you've analyzed it, then you can make a powerful choice. Do I want to not do this thing that I'm about ready to do, in this example, speak in front of an audience, because I'm afraid? Or do I want to go ahead and do it because the results of doing it, the benefits of doing it, far outweigh any of the consequences? Let me shut this door. It is really loud out there. So what you might be saying to yourself is, on the analyzing part, well, I don't really know how to analyze it. Well, you don't have to just be in dialogue with your confident side, because if your confident side isn't very well developed, and you need to have that conversation with them about your fears. So now, instead of analyzing with yourself, if you're not that developed in doing that, then you analyze with your coach or your mentor and start really breaking it down. Then you make that powerful choice, okay? So first you acknowledge it, then you begin to talk to your fear, right? Just like it's a buddy that you got to have a conversation with. Then you move into the analysis of it, either with yourself, with both sides, your confident side and your not confident side, or with a mentor. And then make a powerful choice. If you're going to choose not to get up and speak in front of those people because you literally believe you're going to have a heart attack, okay, then choose powerfully not to do it and be okay with it. But if you're going to choose to do it, then choose powerfully and embrace it. All right, so those are 4 tips for you. And then I want to wrap up this whole fear thing by saying this. Fear is something that everybody experiences. There's rational fear and there's irrational fear, okay? Rational fear is there is a flight or fight response, okay? There's a real car and a real danger that's being posed here. Me speaking in front of an audience has me be anxious, and yes, I have fears about looking good, but all of those can be worked on. It is an irrational fear. It's a fear. You're not going to die from standing in front of that audience. So that's it. You really want to determine that and really start engaging in fear. All right. So if you have comments about this or questions, or if you have a question that you want me to answer around this topic, it's a really important one because it stops people in their tracks all the time. And we can't get stopped as entrepreneurs because we're faced with challenges every day. So we've got to learn to be one with fear, to become friends with fear. And there's a couple of tips for you. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Bye.